Hey, I'm Jisoo, and welcome back to Sifu. Some days ago, I attempted to get the highest possible score thanks to the new scarry system, and I'm going to walk you through my journey as to how I got to over 100. And for the sake of this video, because I have some limitations, I'm going to keep this video under an hour, and I'm going to skip all the parts where I'm just walking, because it's just pointless. You already know the way, and if you don't, well, feel free to ask. So far it's pretty straightforward. We are in the squads and the enemies are not too strong. It's mostly about just keeping that multiplier from going down. As long as you do that, you'll be fine. Just avoid to get hit and don't perform any takedown. The idea is to mix things up and to get as many hits as possible, and if you don't know about the dance flow, I'm going to use this technique a lot. Basically, I use chasing strikes, right, to get as many hits as possible, because the damage you make with chasing strikes, right, I feel like most of the time it's all about the last punch, right? So basically, as long as you keep performing chasing strikes without hitting them with that last punch, they're not going to die. And I actually abuse this I abuse this system to my advantage, and when I see that they are on the verge of dying, I just do chasing strikes. I mean, I just keep chaining those strikes until they eventually die. It's okay if you get hit, right? As long as you can kill most of the enemies with the multiplier at 3, it's fine. So don't. Even though I'm going to try my best not to get hit, I just want to tell you that you should be comfortable with the idea of getting hit and play around it. Right now I'm trying hard to get my multiplier up, that's why I'm not attacking. And see, right here, even though I'm hitting him, he's not taking damage, because again, the last punch is the one which deals damage, I mean which can kill when they are very low on health and you are performing chasing strikes. Taunting enemies will give you some points, but keep in mind that it's not going, you cannot abuse it, right? There is a cap. You cannot just taunt your way out of fights. You do have to throw punches. The rooftop can be a tricky part, and you always want to keep an eye on the guy with the crowbar. He's the most dangerous one because he has a very fast attack he can perform, which can stun you, and then if you're in the middle of all those enemies, he's going to kill you. I got hit there, but you know what, it's not a problem, because I do plan on having him turn, so I'm saving him for last. And because parrying and dodging basically give you some points, you lose nothing. It's like you miss on so much if you don't make the enemy's turn. So do try. At this point I kind of know which kind of enemies can turn and where. So I know how to use that to my advantage, because you definitely want to use it at your advantage. Normally what I would do is I would throw them over the roof, but because we want to score as many points as possible, we want to, well, push them into each other. Just be very careful with the juggernaut. He can sometimes. I actually forgot I got grabbed, so I was about to say sometimes you can get grabbed out of nowhere. Here, what I like to do normally is to prevent the guy from getting the crowbar, because he can be a big pain in the ass. But that strategy wasn't working properly, so I just decided to get in this corner and try to to punch my way out of everything. by staying here, and I think it worked out pretty well. feel like I had a great overview of everything happening. The camera was in my in my favor. It wasn't trying to fuck me over. And for those guys, basically take turns, right? Deal with one guy, then go to the next one. Don't try to fight both of them at the same time. They can hit you with lows and highs at the same time, so you don't want to fight them at the same time. I did get hit there, but it wasn't at this point. The fight was already over. There was I had no reason to restart, because yeah, if you feel like you are underperforming for a sequence, you can just go to the main menu and reload your game, and you'll be brought back right before the encounter, and you do that until you get the run you want. It's trial and error until you find the right combination, the right spot. Normally I'll also throw everybody over the ledge, but I can't do that because I want to have the mask call, so I have to punch them. And it's very risky because you have to stay in the middle of everybody attacking you. It can be pretty chaotic, and you have to be present. I performed the takedown there to kind of reset the enemies, because I knew they were going to stop attacking me because I was performing the takedown. And you can also use takedown to your advantage. You need to be careful. That right there, if I perform the takedown and that guy turned into a Super Saiyan when I didn't want to, it could have been very chaotic. So always keep in mind that, well, you want to avoid performing takedowns, but you want to perform takedown if you feel like you're in a very tricky situation and you might die. And I saved that guy for last, and well, those guys by themselves, they're very easy. Here normally you perform a stealth attack on the biggie, on the juggernaut, but you don't want to do that, so keep him on the ground while you take care of the minions, because you don't want to get grabbed out of nowhere while fighting the minions. That's why I push the big guy on the floor. That way it gives me time to deal with everybody else before he gets back up. The Juggernaut is down, and with that we scored 16,000, which is my personal best for the time being. And I know I got hit here and there, but it doesn't matter. It is a pretty high score nonetheless. So let's go to the club. When it comes to the club, I'll say the club is one of the longest levels because there's just so many people to kill. For the time being, I haven't got past the club with the hat. I did beat Fajar, and I don't know when this video is going to go live, but that was a pretty fun challenge, right? Bringing the hat all the way to Fajar and then defeating Fajar without getting hit. I gotta say, it was pain. But yeah, I did get to the club with my hat, and I'm pretty proud. And I'm really proud. So this is actually the first time I play with the hat at the club, because after I completed the challenge in the squad, I was just done, exhausted. And I do want to see how far I can go in the club without getting hit. The dance floor is, well, just try your best to have everybody in your line of sight because of flying bottles. You don't want... See, I saw that girl holding a bottle and I knew she was going to throw it at that moment. That's why I performed crouch punch to go across so that I can avoid getting hit by the bottle. That's what I'm saying when I say that you want to know your enemy, like Green Day said. Know them. You don't want to get hit by a random bottle out of nowhere. The flash kicks are, well, one flash kick is easy, two of them is the nightmare, three of them I don't want to play that game. But yeah, the flash kicks are easy by themselves, and it's all about having this guy turn. It's very important that he turns. That way we can have a lot of points here. I think when they turn, you can get like 500 or 600 if you play your cards right. So it's very important to have those guys turn once in a while. Nice. Now it's time for the twins, and I already knew going in that I was going to lose the hat because those guys are so annoying. I knew I was going to get hit. I wasn't prepared to go there and try to grind for no damage. It's just pointless because I will have to restart the whole level every single time because of the hat. Because yeah, if you get hit with the hat, well, you know what? You have to restart the whole level, and I thought this run was going well, so I didn't have to restart. And when it comes to the twins, I'll say, because you cannot perform a takedown, parrying your way out of the fight is your best. You know, it's your best. It's the best thing you can do. Always have both of them at the same time. That was pretty nice. That was pretty nice. The moment when one of them goes down is the moment you win the fight, because then it's just a simple disciple with extra health. And they are because the attacks are very telegraphed. You can, I feel like using quick foot is very good against the twins, or even any disciple for that matter. It's very good against them because the attacks are very slow. It gives you room to see what's happening and then parry. Sometimes, even though you take, actually no, because the guys who went through the door came from this room, I don't think two people can turn here. Yeah, they can turn here. But this guy can sometimes turn. Sometimes. Even though you defeat the guys downstairs and well them turn, this guy can also sometimes turn. That's why, yeah, I tried to perform a takedown and he turned, and I think I was happy. Because sometimes it's very, I'll say, it's unpredictable. The way it works is sometimes unpredictable. Even though you may feel like, okay, I know what's going to happen, but the game can still surprise you. Earlier today I was trying to just break the game, and I tried to play with the stronger enemy and the faster enemies modifier, and I don't have a disc for Sifu, but I almost ordered a disc version of the game just to break it, because that challenge it doesn't make sense. And hopefully you're going to laugh at my pain soon when that video goes live. It's just terrible, just terrible. That was a nightmare. But it did make me more efficient at dodging, because I was dodging enemies moving twice as fast. So when it was time to, you know, try to get the highest score possible, I felt like some enemies were slower. So that's something. When it comes to the two girls, my strategy is it's sometimes to just push them into each other. But I think I got hit. Yeah, I got hit because I was trying to perform a focus attack on one of them, and it didn't give me enough time, and boom, I got hit. But it wasn't a problem because, well, my multiplayer was back to 3. You want to fight those guys away from the edges because you don't want them to fall and miss out on some points. The pit can be a very dangerous place. Just take care of the little guys first. Take care of the little guys first, then the big guy, and then the guy with the hat. That was unfortunate because sometimes chasing trip kick is considered a grab. It takes some time to get out of the animation and actually block. That's why I got hit there, because I was going from the animation. I was coming out of the animation of chasing trip kick. And here I was waiting for the guy to go back up because I believe he can turn. And yeah, he can turn indeed. He's dead, and it's time for this guy, this guy is cute. He's not like the strongest, and he's all by himself, and the first time you come here he's going to destroy you, but by the time you come for I'll say with the 15th time, it's going to be a walk in the park. And again, they are very weak to you pairing. Pairing is your friend, is your best friend. And then it was time to go upstairs to take care of those very colorful guys. And I believe one of them can also turn. It can be either this one or one of those two over there. So I just wanted to keep that guy here, that way I don't have to fight three of them at the same time. And I made sure to taunt him once in a while to, to encourage him. You want to fight those two guys away from that other guy waiting for you, because three of them at the same time is chaotic, especially because you want to have one of them turn, so you don't want to have like two elites at the same time. It's going to be a nightmare, mostly because you're going to lose your modifier. I mean your multiplier. And he turned, and I'm happy. This guy is taller than probably every other enemy we encountered up until now, but he's just the same. Just the same kind of edits. He's just bigger and more colorful, so don't be afraid. We're also going to take care of the DJ here, because why not? Take care of the flash kick. Just a little bit of make, and then, oh, she blocked it. We're going to use some bottles very soon. It can be very chaotic when you find yourself surrounded like that, so don't panic, right? Don't panic, you got this. Just look for the enemies which is most susceptible to attack you. And whenever you're surrounded like that, pairing is your... I figured pairing can sometimes stop enemies dead in their tracks. So dodging can sometimes, if you dodge and you don't punish them right away, they can retaliate. But if you parry, they're going to stop whatever animation they start. So this is why I would advise dodging only when you feel like you cannot parry. But parrying is your best friend. Unfortunately, here we cannot throw them. We have to fight them the old-fashioned way, and I haven't done that in a while. You know what the craziest part is? If you want to unlock this outfit, the Master Hand outfit, you're going to have to complete one challenge which requires you to finish the club with 22,000 as your score. And the craziest part is that we're not even done with the level yet, and we're already at 23,000. So at first you're going to fall short when it comes to that score, but then you're going to be like, dang, I wish they put it at 25,000 then it was going to be a challenge. I was actually expecting someone to turn here, that's why I performed the takedown. And I don't remember, but I feel like this girl did not turn either. And I'm pretty sure one of them was supposed to turn, but it's fine. Sometimes that's what I said that's what I meant when I said that the system is sometimes unpredictable. Oop, she's down. We're going to wait for her to gently go back up to get destroyed again. $26,000, that's a lot. And that girl is going to give us, I think, 500 or 600 more. And by the time we finish this, we should be sitting at 27,000, which is, it is great. Those twins are not as strong as the ones we fought before, but they can still be a problem because they attack you and they never stop. So it's all about just make them take turns. Don't fight both of them at the same time because that's how you die. $27,900, almost 28, and I got hit a couple of times here and there, but that's a pretty high score. Now let's see if we can do better at the museum. And this place is wicked. I feel like this place is probably the hardest for when it comes to just the enemies because there's just so many. It's like a very long level. And some enemies, some encounters are pretty rough. Be sure to not get hit by this guy, he's a pain in the ass. Normally I'll get the knife and kill the Juggernaut, but no, we're going to tease him and play with him. I decided to put on my Enforcer outfit because the museum can be tricky and I needed all the strength I can get. I felt like the other outfit was just holding me back. I think it was at this point that I remembered I had the cowboy move, which is like, it is a meme for his attacks, but the good thing is whenever you do that you get it around 120 points, which is a lot. Basically it's the highest way to get some points with one attack. So, and it also increases the multiplier, so in case you get hit, just use the cowboy before you kill enemies if you feel like you cannot get it back up before they die. Use the cowboy move, and if you use it twice, you're going to basically find yourself back at 3 with your multiplier. So do keep that in mind. The cowboy is your friend when it comes to having the highest score. It is your very best friend. It deals no damage, and that way you can extend your combos and be sure the enemies don't die too fast. Because I feel like the new scoring system is all about playing with your food, right? You want to take it slow, but not too slow. You want to mix things up. You want to use the back fist, your crouch punch, your snap kick. You want to diversify your playstyle, and I like this. I like this a lot. The previous scoring system was just about killing people. You needed make any kind of distinction between how you would kill them. But this one, it's not the greatest, but I actually prefer it to the one we had before, because now we had a reason, like we had a reason to be fancy. Actually, I think I didn't mean to throw him over, but you know what? It happens. This girl can also give you a lot of points, so do not forget to fight her. Nice. So here is, I'll say, one of the hardest levels in the museum, and probably even in the game, because of the two juggernauts and the fact that they can grab you out of nowhere, and that one girl which can be a real pain in the ass. That one girl with the white shirt and that knife. And you already saw why. I don't even know how I dodged that grab attack, because normally the coordination is perfect. See, he knows he's in your blind spot, is going to try to grab you. In the master difficulty, because yeah, I'm playing in the master difficulty. I never played anything else ever since that difficulty drop. It just makes sense to play there, because everything else is way too easy. At this point, everything else is way too easy. And in the master difficulty, they are way smarter in the way they want to attack you. So you want to be careful and never get surrounded, and always have everybody in your line of sight. It's very important. The enemies will grab you if they feel like you cannot retaliate. And though you can parry two attacks at the same time, like two people hitting you at the same time, you cannot dodge two attacks at the same time. And they know that. That's why they're going to throw a punch while the other guy is trying to grab you, and boom, you're grabbed. And you get hit, and you lose a multiplier and possibly die. I don't like fighting those guys because it just takes so long. They back off, they just try to grab you out of nowhere. And if you're not ready for the grab, it's way faster than the juggernauts, and they're going to grab you. And they're so annoying. But they are not strong. Ultimately, those guys are also easy, as long as you're not fighting 3 people at the same time. The part in the rain is just cancer. It is cancer because of all the enemies. Normally you would just throw people around, hit them twice, and then perform a takedown. But because you know performing takedowns, you can easily get cornered, surrounded. It's not even the worst part. The worst part is the part where you have to fight the 2 flash cakes and the juggernaut. Then it becomes a real hassle because you have to kill them while taking your time. It's not about killing them fast, it's like killing them with kindness, with style, and that can be very tricky. So if you do get hit here, it's okay. As long as you don't die, just keep going. I don't even know why I decided to come in this very dark corner. It just doesn't make sense, does it? A sane person would actually go and fight like in the middle of the ring, but nope, I'm going to fight in the darkest place possible. Because the Juggernaut is very slow, the moment you kill one flash cake is the moment you win the encounter. Did you see that? Because he knew he was in my blind spot, he tried to grab me. They're very smart. Oh, interesting. Because he felt like the first grab worked, he wanted to grab again. I don't think so. I really love the hallway, this hallway in particular. I do wish enemies could turn into elites in the hallways. Especially this one, because you fight around, I'll say you fight maybe 20 enemies. Either 20 or I'll say 15 or something like that. Never forget a cobot. It is your best friend. It is so satisfying when you can go through the whole hallway without getting hit. It feels so rewarding. And now it's time for the boring part. Fighting another bodyguard. This one is supposed to be an advanced version. I don't know why. Because they feel the same as the one I fought before, but those ones are supposed to be advanced. That was a close one. I almost got hit because I predicted another kind of attack and I almost paid for it. It would have been so sad to just lose the multiplier when he was so close to dying. And this is the part of the video where you drop a like, remember to subscribe because it helps me and encourages me to make more content like those. So bring it on and press that. Oh, I remember. I died here because this encounter is so toxic. This encounter is so toxic and you do want to be careful with the 2 flash kicks. And you do not want to die like me, and the reason why I died is because I got caught in the middle of the 2 of them while they were attacking at the same time with up and downs. You do not want to make the same mistake. Just always try to fight them one at a time. I forgot the basics and I was hasty and I paid for it. First death of this challenge, but it's fine. Dying is part of the process and I was pretty proud. I was proud of the progress I made, especially looking at this multiplier and this score. 27,000 and heading to the tower. Now you want to kill this guy as fast as possible, and sometimes you can do so before he recovers, but some other times, well, you find yourself in this predicament. After you kill the bodyguard, you want to kill the bold guy next, because sometimes, because she is such a kind lady, the other bodyguard is going to wait for you to kill 2 or 3 people before she joins the fight again. And thank God she does that, because if it wasn't for her kindness, it would have been way more complicated. So we're going to pat her on the head to thank her. She's going to try to grab. Yeah, they always do that when they find themselves close, with their back against the wall. Literally. Out. I think I was preparing a back fist and she just kicked me. So rude. Even against the bodyguards, using quick foot is very good. So you, in every they're using a situation where, parrying will not be a good thing, but you do want to get the hold of quick foot because it is a very good move. You just don't want to use it when you feel surrounded, because, well, it counts as a grab and you cannot cancel out of grabs. So don't try to quick foot if you feel surrounded. But it's the best way to deal with enemies when it's in a 1v1 situation. Everybody in this room is pretty easy, except for that flash kick. You want to take care of her first if you can. If not, just keep your distance and wait for her to come to you. Pay attention to the one holding a bottle. You don't want to get surprised. That was a nice dodge. I'm very surprised that lady didn't throw the bottle. Here you want to go downstairs and take care of the minions first. And it can be a tough encounter because you have 2 elites, 2 women you need to take care of. So just be careful. And I feel like the other guy, the third guy with a knife, can turn into an elite sometimes. But because those 2 women are already elites, they can't turn. Oh wait, there should be a bald guy. No, I mean not a bald guy, but another guy. Unless, yeah, there he is. This guy can turn sometimes, but not today. Not today, which is unfortunate. I was actually counting on him turning, but it's fine. Jesus Christ. This room in particular is very sketchy. It's very sketchy because one of the 2 women will always turn. I feel like one of those 2 will always turn, and we want them to turn because of all the points. It's like 500 points. But the problem is that bodyguard following us around like a dog. It's like a dog with a bone, and we are the bone. Does it mean he has like a boner? So you want to take care of her while he is still on the ground ASAP, because you do not want to fight both of them at the same time. And just like that, it's a 1v1 again. I can't believe I put it off. It was very sketchy because you have to have one of them turn if you want to go for the highest score. You have to. And here it's a bit tricky, but you can perform a crouch punch attack on those guys, and one of them is going to drop down. But then when it happens, the game is going to do this. Did you see that? It's not supposed to happen, so the game is going to go crazy. But if you pick up a staff and you perform crouch punch right when the doors open, they're going to drop down, and it's like 100 extra points. So it's all about the points. Unfortunately, I didn't mean to throw that guy over, but it happened and I was pretty sad. But things happen. I mean, shit happens. You have to deal with it. Can we pat him on the head? Maybe? No, not today. I actually thought he might turn, but he didn't. I don't remember if someone turned in this room because one of those two girls can turn. I mean the girls which eventually drop down after you defeat enough people here. Yeah, one of those two. Fortunately I got hit, but rest assured I have cardboard and I was back to 3. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Don't worry, I'm going to stab her in the butt, but but today her butt leads to die another day. Because I'm doing this challenge, she's so lucky. So we're going to play with her. I mean, again, one flash kick by herself is never a problem, no matter how big her shoes. We're going to pat her on the head and then sweep, flowing claw, dodge, push. And she should be done. Yes, she is. Now this room is tricky. It is very tricky because I feel like at the end of the encounter a girl with a knife is going to drop, and if you're lucky she's going to turn, but the problem is you don't want to fight the flash kick, the girl, and the dog, because yeah, there is another dog, a bodyguard is going to drop eventually. You don't want to fight all 3 of them at the same time. That's why I'm walking, and as long as you don't kill a second enemy, he's not going to drop. And that's why I actually wanted to target exclusively the flash kick. I want to get rid of the flash kick, that way I can easily take care of the the bodyguard and then that other girl which is going to spawn eventually. See, he dropped out of nowhere. He's such a dog. He's such a dog. Unfortunately, she did not turn, and I felt like the game was rigged at that moment. There was no reason why she wouldn't turn, and I felt like it threw me off, and I was like, wait, what? She is supposed to turn. She has to turn. And just like that, the dog was put down. Now this girl is super easy, but she has a thing for staffs. Like she likes them very stiff and long. So even when you try to take the staff away from her, she's going to try to take it back again. And she's done. You want to stay away from the edges because sometimes it may register as you jumping down and it's going to stop registering your kills, which is kind of stupid. I don't like this bug. And just like that, we scored 19,000, which is like crazy. When it comes to the sanctuary, well, I feel like it's the shortest level in the game, even shorter than the squad, which is unfortunate because they had the opportunity, to make a level which was way more dense. But I can understand that after you complete right? The tower and the museum, you feel exhausted and you just want to die. So it made sense that the sanctuary is that short with, you know, fewer enemies. When it comes to this place, the restaurant, you're good to go as long as you don't stay too close to the Juggernaut. He can grab you out of nowhere, and you don't want that to happen. That's why I want to create space and I want to go around. That way I don't get hit. That was a nice dodge. I performed a takedown there because I knew I wouldn't have enough time to dodge the grab, and I just seized the moment and performed the takedown. I think here I decided to just stab him for trying to grab me, and that was a machete just lying around, so I thought, you know what, let's not waste it. Boom. The Juggernauts are very weak to back fist. If you charge it and release it, you'll be good to go. But also they're very slow. But don't try to overcome it because sometimes they can hit you while you are hitting them. They are that tanky. Sometimes, I mean most of the time, one of those two guys can turn, which is great because we get to fight them peacefully. At this point, dealing with disciples is not a big deal. It's actually I'll take 2 disciples any day over 2 flash kicks. It's just so much better. Nice. Here you just want to take care of that one flash kick away from the second one, because I don't want to repeat the same thing. I don't want to die again because I got caught between them. Normally that's a scenario you would like, being caught between 2 girls, but in Sifu you don't want that to happen. Girls are wicked in this game. Pat her in the head, sweep. Maybe some flowing claw? Exactly. You read my mind. Past me. Boom, boom. Grabbing. Oh, that's unfortunate. I should have gone for chasing strikes there. I'm stupid. Back fist, push. Back fist, push. Back fist, boom. That's the best way to deal with those guys because they know they are up, they're going to try to go for you. That's why I always have a back fist ready just in case. Back fist ready and just keep them coming. They like those back fists. They love them. So who am I to deny them some back fists? Who am I? I see the knife, but I don't feel like using it. Ooh, that was a nice shot. That was nice. That was very nice. And this is the last sequence, the last session before we conclude this challenge. And because nobody has turned, that one guy next to the Juggernaut will turn. That's why I want to make sure that he is the last one I fight. But that Juggernaut, he can run for some reason. Despite his weight, despite being severely overweight, he can run. He can run faster than you, which is crazy. I'm going to pat him on the head because he's such a good biggie. Now we're just going to wait for this guy to turn. It can be a very tricky place, right? It can be a very tricky place, especially because of the Juggernaut, and I feel like taking care of the Juggernaut first is going to allow you to fight peacefully. But you do want to get rid of the guy with at least, even if you don't kill him, you do want to not have him hold the weapon, because they have those very fast attacks they can perform sometimes, and break your structure. Is disgusting. It is super disgusting. Now, it's very important you take care of the flash kick first. We're going to let her see us, perform crush punch, throw her, take care of this guy. She's dead, and now it's showtime. Those guys are so annoying. When they try to grab you, they actually don't fight. They just wait and grab you. They try to grab you out of nowhere. They can try to grab you 4 times in a row. And you know what? I'm not a hug person. Again, it's probably going to grab again. Yeah. Those guys, man. Again? Yeah. So it's disgusting. Going to pat him on the head to. It was a nice effort. Going to take that break. I'm going to throw it on the guy, and that's it. The moment he drops the weapon is the moment we win the encounter, and just like that, GG. Because there is no way he hits me. There is no way he hits me at this level. Look at my outfit. Look at my drape. Do you really think I can get hit? Initially, I wanted to die and get to 75 years old to go through the sanctuary, but because you deal so much damage as a grandpa, you would miss on some point. So it was in my best interest to not deal too much damage. I'm going to pat him on the head just one more time, and boom, crook foot for the W, and 14,000 at the sanctuary. And overall, I think when I made the addition, the sum, I had over 100,000, which is crazy. And I invite you to beat that skull. You're free to try. I'm going to try to beat my own skull. Thank you guys for watching, and it's been a pleasure. Bye bye.